How to write an information report, which is sometimes known as a non-chronological report. An information report does just that. It provides information to your reader about a topic. That information should be factual, interesting, and clear. When writing an information report, start by picking a subject. In this video, we'll be finding out about the Philippine eagle. Before beginning our research, we need to think about what questions we want to answer in our report. How about: what does it look like? Where does it live? What does it eat? How does it behave? And why is it threatened? We now need to carry out our research. This could be done by looking through books in a library, reading websites online, or by talking with experts. A good way to record your notes is to use a mind map. Orientate your paper in a landscape position, then begin by writing the topic in the center of the page. From here, draw arrows to each of the questions you'll be answering. As you find out facts about these areas of interest, make notes in the appropriate section of the mind map, building it outwards. A mind map has many advantages over simply writing bullet points. For a start, as you research one area, you will often find something about another area you are researching. It's easy to simply add this information onto one of the other branches. Secondly, you don't know how much information you'll be able to find out and how much space you'll need. Because you're building outwards, a mind map space will always be available so that you can keep adding to what you've already written. Having completed your research, you'll be able to plan how your information report will look. For this report about the Philippine eagle, I'll begin with the main title, followed by my introduction. This will be followed by a section for each of the questions I'll be answering. The report will finish with a conclusion, which I like to use as a call for action. More about that later. The main title. The Philippine eagle is an obvious title, but perhaps I can liven it up a bit. Remember, your information report is probably going to be one of many. How can you make sure that your potential readers choose yours to read? The monkey-eating eagle. That sounds more intriguing. Or perhaps the world's noblest flyer, which is how flying ace Charles Lindbergh described the Philippine eagle. I think I'll use this one in my final report. Having decided upon my main title, it's time to write the introduction. Remember, the purpose of your introduction is to hook your reader. You must make them want to read on. A good way to look at the introduction is to see it like a door. You need to open it just wide enough for them to be intrigued to find out what's lying inside without revealing too much. One approach that works well for the introduction is to use the 3 adjectives explain strategy. Strong, loyal, and free. 3 words that describe the largest eagle on the planet. No wonder the Philippine eagle was declared its country's national bird in 1995. Another approach is the 3 questions and explain. What must it be like to see 8 times better than you currently can? What must it feel like to soar high above the forests? What must it be like to watch those forests disappearing at an alarming rate? Welcome to the world of the Philippine eagle. Finally, the quote and explain method is really effective. The internet is full of quotes on all kinds of topics. Haring ibon, the king of birds. This is what the local people call the Philippine eagle. Let's find out more about this magnificent creature. So we've now completed the introduction. In the end, I chose my 3 adjectives and explain paragraph. We now need to write the appearance paragraph. This should answer the what it looks like question. Let's look at the mind map to see what information I found out. Before we start the paragraph, it's important to discuss how we can make our information reports clearer to our reader. The secret is to use sentence connectors, which are also called discourse markers. They help our writing to have flow. If you haven't already watched it, it's well worth watching the Gain Explains video, which goes into more depth about how to create flow in your writing. When information writing, the most useful signposts are the addition connectors, furthermore, additionally, moreover. The opposition connectors, however, despite this, even so. The cause and effect connectors, as a result, consequently, and that's why. Connectors that show evidence is coming. For example, for instance, this is exemplified by. And conclusion connectors. In conclusion, to sum up, and overall. So let's try using some of these in this piece of writing. Standing 1 meter tall with a wingspan of 2 meters and weighing somewhere between 4 to 8 kilograms, the Philippine eagle is a massive bird. Here comes an addition signpost. Furthermore, with its pale blue eyes beneath a crown of long brown and white feathers, it is easily recognizable. At this point, it's worth thinking about what our subheading or subtitle should read. The obvious one is to use a question. What does it look like? Another approach is to use a statement. Easy to identify. Works well in this case. I think I'll use that. Right, so we've written our appearance paragraph. Now to the habitat section. Let's look at our mind map again. What did I find out about where the Philippine eagle lives? Once again, we'll use our sentence connectors to signpost to our readers the direction our writing is going. The Philippine eagle is found only in the Philippines. It lives in undisturbed forests, known as primary forests. Here comes the opposition connector. However, due to the effects of deforestation, its habitat is shrinking and is now mainly found on mountain slopes. My subheading for this section could be, where does it live? Although I'm going to use a statement instead of a question. It's disappearing home. With our habitat section completed, it's now time for the diet section. What does the Philippine eagle eat? What facts did I find out? Whilst the Philippine eagle was once known as the monkey-eating eagle, it does not feed exclusively on monkeys. Evidence ahead. For example, it has been observed eating rodents, bats, snakes, and other birds. Again, my subheading for this section could be a question. I'm going to use a varied diet instead. We're more than halfway through. Onto the behaviour section. How does it behave? Despite its size, the Philippine eagle is fast and agile in the air. Cause and effect connector. As a result, it is an excellent hunter. They are monogamous, meaning that once they find a partner, they are loyal for the rest of their lives. My subheading could be, how does it behave? Or, the loyal hunter. I think I like that one. We're nearly there. Onto the threat section. With a life expectancy of 30 to 60 years, you would assume the Philippine eagle is thriving. Opposition signpost. Despite this, deforestation and illegal hunting has resulted in this incredible animal being declared endangered. As females only lay one egg every 2 years, it is important that it is carefully protected until numbers increase. Instead of threats, let's have a more engaging subheading. Why is it under threat? Or the need for long-term protection. Having completed the threat section, in which I chose the need for long-term protection as my subheading, we now need to finish with the conclusion. I like to think of this part as being a call for action. What do I want my reader to do now? In this case, the reader might be able to go and find out more about the Philippine eagle, or even go and help protect this endangered animal in some way. Let's write two different conclusions. The first encourages the reader to learn more about it. We'll start with a conclusion signpost. To sum up, the Philippine eagle is a remarkable bird. Seeing one in flight should be on everyone's bucket list. However, if a trip to the Philippines is not in your immediate future, learn more about this stunning creature by watching one of the many videos that have been uploaded to YouTube. Don't be surprised if it becomes your favorite animal. Now let's write an alternative conclusion to encourage our reader to help protect it. In conclusion, with less than 500 nesting pairs of Philippine eagles living in the wild, it is crucial that we do everything we can to prevent this incredible bird from becoming extinct. The Philippine Eagle Foundation is dedicated to this cause. I encourage you to contact them to see what you can do to help. Our subheading for this section could read, "What now?" or "It's time to act." And here's the finished report. Adding a colourful background and pictures makes it so much more engaging. Notice also the way the main heading and subheadings stand out. Remember, sometimes readers don't read everything on the information report and may jump to specific sections that they are interested in.